More men feel financially behind than they'll ever admit. A lot of men are earning money, but they don't feel secure. Bills get paid, life keeps moving, but in the quiet moments, late at night, driving alone, lying awake, there's this pressure, not panic, not crisis, just this feeling of being behind. Behind where you thought you'd be, behind where you think you should be by now, behind other people your age, or at least the version of them you see online. You're not broke, but you're not calm either. You're active, but you're not progressing, and that's a dangerous place to stay. Men are taught to provide, not just earn, provide. Stability, safety, direction, and if we don't feel like we're doing that well enough, it eats at us. And here's the part no one says out loud. A lot of men don't talk about this with their spouse or their partner or their close family members or their friends, not because they don't trust them, but because admitting uncertainty feels like admitting failure. So instead of saying, I'm confused, or I don't feel in control, or I don't actually know what the next move is, we stay quiet, we carry it, and we try to figure it out alone. Let me be clear about something. If this is you, you're not lazy, you're not stupid, and you're not broken. If those were the problem, motivation would have fixed it by now. It didn't. Most people are taught how to earn money. They're not taught how to hold on to it, organize it, or think clearly around it. No one teaches you how to reduce that mental noise, how to simplify decisions so you're not constantly second guessing yourself, how to build systems that work even when you're tired, busy, or distracted. So you stay active, you work long hours, you stay responsible, but you never feel settled. Because what you're missing isn't effort, it isn't intelligence, and it isn't income. It's structure. If you have to decide to save money every month, you will eventually fail. If you have to decide to invest, you will find an excuse the moment life gets expensive. That is decision fatigue. You see, when there's no structure, every bill feels heavier. Every choice costs energy. And structure is really just discipline made sustainable. Not willpower, not motivation, but clear rules you don't have to renegotiate every day. That's the invisible gap you're not seeing. And until that gap is filled, more money doesn't bring calm. It just gives you more things to manage. I've studied motivation most of my life. I've read more books on it than I can count. For a long time, I even thought I wanted to be a motivational speaker. So when I say this, I'm not dismissing motivation. I'm speaking from experience. Motivation rarely works long term. It gives you a temporary lift, a sense of movement. Then life pulls you right back into the same patterns. You're active but not progressing, trying but not clearer. Motivation feels good in the moment, but it doesn't change the pattern. Structure does, discipline does, because discipline and structure don't rely on how you feel. They hold when motivation fails. Structure and discipline break the pattern and fills in the gap. A lot of the quiet stress around money comes from measuring the wrong things. We're taught to focus on balances and growth. Even when those numbers improve, the pressure stays because the confusion is still there. Here's a better way to look at progress. Ask yourself these questions. Is my financial life simpler today than it was 90 days ago? Are there fewer expenses you're unsure about? Is your first dollar automated? Do you have a clearer picture of what matters most and what matters next? When you measure progress by clarity instead of noise, the stress eases, the guessing stops. Sit down for as long as it takes until you have a clear mental picture of your finances. That is real progress, even if the numbers don't look impressive yet. My name is Yannick Ryan Rowe, and welcome to Discipline Driven Wealth. This channel is about clarity over hype, systems over stress, no shortcuts, no pretending, just steady improvement that actually holds. If this felt uncomfortably accurate, you're not alone and you're not broken. And feeling behind doesn't mean you're failing. It just means something in your life needs structure. So in the next video, we're going back to the machine. We're going to talk about exactly where that first dollar goes. So share this video with every hardworking person you know. Choose clarity over hype. Now get back to work.